Hello, my dear friends, and welcome back to VitaPrime Health. I'm Dr. Victoria Langford, speaking to you today from Cambridge with warmth in my heart and a genuine hope that this conversation reaches you right where you are. Today, we are diving into a topic that many shy away from, yet it touches so many lives quietly and often painfully. Why erections change, weaken, or even disappear with age, and what we can do about it. This is not just a medical issue. It is about vitality, intimacy, and the quiet confidence that shapes the way we live, love, and connect. Before we begin, I want you to make me a promise. Listen with me all the way to the end. Because while we will start with the biology, the most important steps, the protocols that can transform not just your physical experience but your emotional and relational well-being, are in the latter half of this conversation. If you leave early, you will miss the most vital tools. And that's something I don't want for you. And as always, I invite you to be part of this community. Comment below and share your thoughts, your stories, or even just your questions. Your words could be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Now let's start at the beginning. Erections are often thought of as a purely mechanical process, but the truth is far more intricate and fascinating. An erection is the result of a beautiful symphony between blood flow, nerve signaling, and psychological readiness. When arousal begins, nerves release nitric oxide, which relaxes smooth muscle in the blood vessels of the penis, allowing blood to flow in and fill the erectile tissue. At the same time, the veins that normally carry blood out are compressed, trapping the blood and sustaining firmness. It is a miracle of physiology, and yet, like so many miracles, it is fragile. With age, several changes start to creep in quietly. The arteries stiffen, nerves become less responsive, hormonal levels shift, particularly testosterone, which influences libido and energy, and underlying conditions, high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, add their own weight to the burden. What was once an effortless response can begin to feel inconsistent or unreliable. For some, it vanishes altogether, leaving them wondering whether this is simply the price of aging. But here's the truth I want you to hold on to. It is not inevitable. Yes, the body changes, but there are always ways to restore, strengthen, and adapt. Intimacy is not something you must leave behind. It is something you can carry forward with wisdom. Let's look back in history for a moment. Ancient texts often described male vitality as a marker of overall health. In traditional Chinese medicine, for example, erectile difficulties were linked to imbalances in kidney energy, reflecting the body's whole system of vitality and resilience. In the Greco-Roman world, virility was seen as a reflection of both physical and moral strength. And while their understanding was more symbolic than scientific, they were not entirely wrong. Erections are indeed a barometer of health. When the vascular, nervous, or hormonal systems falter, the early signs often appear in sexual function. This brings me to something important. Erectile changes are not only about pleasure. They can be early warnings of deeper health issues. Studies have shown that erectile dysfunction often precedes heart disease by years. The arteries in the penis are smaller and more sensitive, so they may reveal trouble long before chest pain or shortness of breath. If your erections have weakened, it may be your body's way of asking you to pay attention. Now let me share a few stories from my own practice. One man, let's call him David, came to me in his late 60s, embarrassed that his erections had become inconsistent. He assumed it was just age, but with further testing, we discovered he had early diabetes and significant vascular stiffness. By addressing his blood sugar, improving his diet, and adding daily walking, not only did his erections improve, but so did his overall health markers. For him, intimacy was not only restored, his life expectancy likely lengthened. Another patient, Robert, was struggling with stress more than biology. After retirement, he felt aimless, his confidence eroded, and intimacy suffered. His physical exams were normal, but his mind was working against him. Through counseling, reconnecting with purpose, and gentle communication with his partner, he began to regain function. His story reminds us that erections are as much about the brain and heart as they are about blood vessels. And I recalled James, who had been through prostate surgery. He feared he would never be intimate again. But with time, nerve rehabilitation exercises, medication, and the support of his wife, he gradually found new ways to experience closeness. While his erections were not exactly as before, his intimacy became richer, more tender, and more meaningful than in his younger years. His journey is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Now, I know many of you are wondering, is this just the fate we all face, or are there true solutions? This is where I want you to listen closely, because the decisions you make in those moments after noticing a decline matter more than you might think. Your body has extraordinary capacity for renewal, but only if you support it. Which brings me to something crucial. We've been talking about how erections are a reflection of blood flow, nerve health, and cellular renewal. And that naturally raises the question, how do we support those fundamental processes as we age? Because if we do nothing, decline accelerates. But if we step in with intention, we can shift the story. This is the perfect place to tell you about something many of my patients have found helpful. As we grow older, our circulating stem cells, the body's repair agents, decline. These cells are responsible for repairing blood vessels, nerves, and tissues, all of which are essential for healthy erections and vitality. That's where Stem Active comes in. Stem Active is a premium stem cell supplement designed to help your body renew and repair from within. It works by supporting your own natural production and circulation of stem cells, which in turn promote tissue repair, healthier blood flow, and greater resilience. What I love about Stem Active is that it is entirely natural, vegan, and free of common allergens. Its formulation has been shown to increase circulating stem cells significantly, meaning your body has more of those master cells available to repair, restore, and keep you feeling vital. If you are ready to give your body the tools it needs to maintain resilience, energy, and intimacy, I encourage you to scan the QR code on your screen or click the link in the description to learn more. Don't let time steal more than it has to. Give your body the support it deserves. Now let's return to our journey. One of the most damaging myths I hear is that testosterone alone is the magic solution. While testosterone replacement therapy can be helpful in some men, it is not a cure-all. Without improving blood flow and nerve health, testosterone may not deliver the results you hope for. Another myth is that pornography is harmless, even helpful. The truth is, heavy use can desensitize the brain, making real intimacy harder and fueling anxiety. What restores erections best is connection, trust, and authentic touch. So what can we do? Let's talk daily practices. Physical activity is at the top of the list. A simple daily walk improves blood flow, lowers blood pressure, and supports nitric oxide production. Strength training adds even more benefit by boosting hormones naturally. Diet matters profoundly. Foods rich in antioxidants, omega-3s, and plant-based compounds help preserve vascular flexibility. Sleep is often overlooked, yet deep sleep is when testosterone is replenished and the body repairs. Stress management is equally vital. Chronic stress keeps cortisol high, which competes with testosterone and constricts blood flow. I often encourage couples to rediscover intimacy outside of performance pressure. Touch, affection, communication, these rekindle desire and reduce anxiety. For some, pelvic floor exercises are transformative. Strengthening those muscles can increase rigidity and control, and of course, medical options exist, medications, devices, therapies, but they are most effective when layered on top of lifestyle changes. Let's circle back to culture for a moment. In some societies, elder men are revered for their wisdom, not judged for their virility. And yet in the modern West, we often tie masculinity too tightly to performance. This creates shame, isolation, and silence. But what if we shifted that narrative? What if aging were not about loss, but about transformation? You are not less of a man for experiencing changes. You are more of one for facing them honestly with courage and care. Now I want to address some common questions directly. Question: is it ever too late to improve erections? Absolutely not. Even men in their 80s have seen improvement when they adopt healthier habits and support their body's repair systems. The body retains remarkable plasticity throughout life. Question: does testosterone replacement always fix the issue? Number testosterone is only one part of the puzzle. Without healthy circulation and responsive nerves, results may be incomplete. Question: what about pornography? Does it help or harm? Heavy use can desensitize your brain and create unrealistic expectations. Intimacy with a trusted partner is far more restorative. Question: should I use supplements? Some supplements may support nitric oxide and circulation, but quality varies. Focus first on lifestyle, then consider carefully researched options. And if you're looking for a well-rounded daily formula to support vitality, recovery, and energy, you might explore Prime. It's designed as a comprehensive men's health support and can be found directly on the STEM Active website. Question: what if my partner has lost interest too? Communication is the key. Often, when one partner takes intentional steps toward better health, the other follows. Intimacy can be reignited in ways that surprise both of you. As we come toward the close of our conversation, I want you to reflect on this. Erections may fade, but intimacy can deepen. Sexual health is not a luxury, it is part of your humanity, your vitality, your sense of belonging. You deserve not just survival, but joy. So please comment below, share your story, your fear, your success. You are not alone. And if today's conversation resonated, I would be deeply honored if you subscribed to VitaPrime Health. Share this with family and friends who may benefit. Together, we can break the silence, dismantle the shame, and build a culture of aging that celebrates resilience, intimacy, and life itself. Until next time, take exquisite care of yourselves and keep cultivating that quiet, powerful vitality within you.